Dear Twin Flame souls out there, welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening Journey podcast, and today is episode 169. So how do we get into the union? How does the universe start to show you that you are coming to the union? What a great way of starting this podcast with the energy of 69, meaning of yin and yang. Both of these energies are important for the union. And as we know it, your inner world will reflect the outer world. Everything that happens internally inside of you will be reflected outside of you. And when we are in this journey, coming to an inner union is a very, very important part. Because when people are saying, I would like to have my twin back, or I would like to have a love, or I would like to be in a purpose, you need to feel that internally first in order for that to happen externally. Remember, the world you are visioning through your eyes in your presence is through a mirror. So the inner world of yours is the mirror, like the external world of yours is a mirror of your inner world. And your twin and every other person, including me, including your friends, your family, are the mirror for you. If they trigger something in you, if they show you some love or kindness, that means that is inside of you as well. But if you have a resistance, anger, you feel that nothing is working out for you, there is something inside of you where you're not happy, you're not connected within you. I find twin flame journey a little bit more deeper than a romantic love journey. For that reason, that if you live from the alignment, everything else aligns with you as well. And that's where we don't need to ask for a question, will my twin flame return back to me? Well, if you are in alignment, then everything will come to you that it's supposed to come to you. Now, of course, here is one of the things that we often get confused. And a lot of people can, when I look around a little bit, what's going on, we have sometimes this that, but I'm doing everything right. I am meditating, I am trying to, let's say, I am meditating, I am affirming, I am changing, I'm breath working, I'm doing everything. And my twin is not coming back to me. But here is one of the truths that I really want you to take it with you while you're having this human experience. The union may come to you in a very different way than you imagined. So for example, today, your idea of the union is that your twin returns back to your life. And you believe that this is your union. And while you are aligning inside of you, energetically, of divine feminine, divine masculine inside of you are uniting, and your twin is not returning back to you. But something else will come from it. That's why I have always said that if you are serious about becoming one within, and living from your highest truth, you will never lose in this journey. But if you are holding on to an outcome, how it's supposed to happen, when it's supposed to happen, what do they feel, what's going on with them, the loop can go on for years. And sometimes, yes, it's unfair. I'm not going to say that when things are going to fall away from our life, our job, our passion, our way of living. But maybe you were never meant to live this way. Maybe you were never meant to be where you are at this moment. Just allow it to happen. So what are the signs that universe starts to show you that, wait a minute, the union is close and you are in alignment? So the very first thing is that when you leave from the fragmented identity, meaning of it's broken, fear, lack, ego, you also experience very much of the life that is fragmented. You think you want these things, but in reality, when you receive these things, you feel disappointed. But when you return to your inner truth, the forms, like the perfect order, begin to express through matter. So the life will stop feeling random. Every event, every person, everything that you meet feels symbolic instead of like chaos around you and you don't know why it is happening. So that's actually the very first beginning where you start to understand that every single thing around you is guiding you closer to home. So yes, that can be the signs. That can be that the universe is sending you the signs. Another thing is the people you are going to meet. Either they're going to open you the doors that you never thought are possible. They're going to heal you. They're going to transform you. Something is going to come there that it feels like, oh, wait a minute. It seems like I am exactly moving towards where I'm supposed to be. And there are no blocks on the way. And if there are blocks, you're realizing that was never meant for me. There's one of the mantra that I really started to use when I came into, let's say, so-called union, was that everybody and everything that has to come in my life will be there. And what's not supposed to be in my life will never be there. So nothing that is meant for me will miss me, and everything that has to be in my life will be there. And I'm going to be very honest. The people who I've met, the opportunities, their life, the things that have happened are just beyond. Each one of you who is listening to this podcast, you are, today morning again when I had my meditation session, I thought, I have never met more beautiful people than you. Yesterday evening I had a call with a beautiful soul who is here, was in the beginning. It's so beautiful to see that from the very beginning when this podcast began, some souls still coming back to me and saying, I now know what you mean. I know now what it is there. And it makes my heart blossom. And I always said that I'm not here to hold anyone. I'm not here to say that I don't hold, like if you need to go and you need to find something else and there is something else that's going to awaken inside of you, wonderful. I was in your life just for this moment to remind you something. And now you go. So don't be ever feeling that I will, if I leave, if I go, if I'm not in touch, that I'm a bad person. No, you're not. You're moving towards something that is the next stage. And I was in that part of that stage. So it's one of the signs of the union is very much of when you realize everything that comes to you, everything that happens is guiding you towards the best outcome. And even if it's negative, meaning that let's say you lose your job and you feel, oh no, I just lost my job. I don't have money. I don't have this. But then you would think of when you have this inner energy, realizing, no, but I am aligning with a perfect job or perfect passion that has to be in my life. And the universe is showing to me. And it's the same with love, same with, let's say, passion, purpose. If something has been removed in your life, it is showing to you, now it's the time for you to receive the best outcome. That's why, in a way, we shouldn't be afraid of change. Because change and removing things make space for the new energy, new possibilities in your life. The other very big thing is, and that's a huge one. That the opposites are not enemies. Positive, negative, good, bad, union, separation. This is right, this is wrong. That you will no longer feel that there is a contrast. You feel that everything is the same somehow. Now it just depends how you look at this. We have this very easy saying, are you the glass half empty or half full? But it's the same. Now it depends how you look at this. For example, let's say your twin has not reached out to you. So now you would feel this is unfair. I love my twin. They haven't reached out to me. I would like to be with my twin. I would like to have a life with them. That's one aspect to look at this. But now let's move it. And you look from the different aspect and you realize, yes, I love my twin. But even if they return right now, I know that in a way, let's say your twin has not awakened. They don't see you as, and you're trying to hold on to. Meaning of, they don't love you as you love them. So now you're trying to hold the love because their heart is not yet open, instead of experiencing love where someone's heart is open. So the pain and joy starts to feel like the same initiation. And I have said that many, many times on Twin Flame Journey, that I do not wish that to anyone because it's very painful. It's going to break you apart. But today morning when I was meditating, I had this one message that came to me and said, but on the other hand, I am so sad that there are many people who can never experience this divine love, this divine union, this oneness. They are running around in the world, empty eyes. They don't know what to do. They fight over very little things. They are in a lost world where their heart hasn't opened. And while yes, our hearts opened with pain, but it had to be pain because otherwise we wouldn't have listened. And then you felt that full euphoria where you became one with everything. That's why pain and joy are somehow in oneness. Many women who are listening know that, who have given birth, that you give birth through the pain, but then you get the full euphoria when you see that baby. So it's with everything the same way. So why this journey is painful, you're realizing this journey is a gift. There's just one little thing that I want to add here. And I have recently seen this. And this is another thing that maybe breaks my heart a little bit. Now we have reached to the point, and that's the human mind. I know the human mind is like right and wrong. I know better. This is that. This is this. I am the smartest. But the truth is that on Twin Flame Journey, I see a lot of arguments around, I know this is the way it is. If your twin flame is not returning back to your life, you are not in a union. If your twin flame is doing this way, they are a bad person. They are this. So we are separating. We are creating that noise around separation, that this is bad. Don't do this. Don't be there. And all of this is a dopamine for our brain because our mind likes the separation. Our mind likes that this person is good and this person is bad. This is divine feminine, this is divine masculine, I am this. Our mind loves that. Our mind lives on polarity. But that was never, ever designed as an idea of twin flame awakening, that you're going to experience polarity. Meaning of you going into that mind game, who is right, who is wrong, I know better, I am this. If twin flame, and If you don't do this, this is not going to happen. If you don't do this, this is not going to happen. You know nothing. Pure twin flames are all about love. And it sounds a little bit like a woohoo lunatic. But the whole idea was to show you the divine love that travels across the time and space and doesn't care about right or wrong, positive or negative, divine feminine, divine masculine. It cares about, or in that sense, it cares about the oneness, becoming one with everybody and everything. We are not separated from each other. If you think of from the macro level, the universe began, let's say, so-called with an explosion, what we know, but from the very small particle. And from the very small particle, we all exploded, the same consciousness, the same everything. So we are not separated from each other. But when we go out in the world, we are all separated from each other. You are this, you are that, I am this, you are not, and we are so alien to each other. But twin flame journey, and we know that at this moment where we are is about becoming one. The more we can live and understand that we are one, the less we would go down to the road of arguing, fighting, judgment. So now talking about another union, I talk about the inner masculine and inner feminine energies. So when these two are going to align inside of you, and I remind you, you have both of these energies. Yin and Yang, 69 is inside of you, not outside of you, inside of you. And balancing your inner feminine and balancing your inner masculine will be reflected in your 3D world. That's why becoming one with both of your energies, knowing how to receive, knowing how to take action, knowing how to give as well, knowing how to, but it has to be all in a balance, knowing how to nurture, but at the same time knowing how to push yourself into the discomfort. You have to have both of them. So when the inner feminine and inner masculine integrate, the projection collapses, which I told you before. The obsession starts to dissolve. So that's another big sign of how do you know that you are closer to the union when you no longer obsess. Now here I want to give a little disclaimer. If you are at this moment in this stage where the obsession is still there, one form or another, or you still want the answers, or you still are scrolling and trying to get all of the information as much as possible, that's absolutely fine. That is a good sign. That is a good sign of knowing, oh, all right, I'm here right now. I let myself to have that experience, but I will not get stuck in here. There is no point of lying to ourselves. I am now in a union. I feel peace. Because I tell you, who is the judgment of that? Your outer world, your external world. If things are not going to come to you in a smooth way, if they don't align with you, then and you still want them, you are not in alignment. And that's okay. It's not. I really want to. Today's message for me about the union is that I don't want that it's a goal. Union is not a goal to get some. Union is a state and awareness at the same time. Because sometimes in life we can go out of union. I know myself. I have a tendency to be in a masculine energy based on how I was growing up. So sometimes in life I see that I am stepping into that masculine. I'm organizing everything. I'm worrying about everything. I'm taking care of everything. I'm all of this very much of making decisions energy, action-based energy. But today I have an awareness. When I see myself doing it, I stop. I say, okay, all right. I need to connect to my feminine. I need to connect to my intuition. I need to connect to my inner knowing, my heart. So I step away from everything. And I go meditate. I lie down. I do something that is creative, whatever is there. I move my body. I just connect to it. And I balance it back to my feminine. And then I am in alignment. It's just a very simple example that I remember. That was before, but if something would have happened to my, let's say I was working on my computer, I had to do something very important and things didn't flow, like the computer freezes or the project is not uploading. My old self, the masculine, vulnerable self, would have been like, oh my God, I have to do this. I have to get this done. Now I look at this, I'm like, okay, all right. Doesn't want to work right now? Let me take a walk. Let me read a book. Let me go and meditate. And then I come back and all of a sudden everything is working. So everything will align from that. So like I said, the projection collapses, obsession dissolves, external others stop carrying your missing pieces, which is love, passion, purpose, knowing who you are, abundance, everything is there. And we see this now everywhere, and I have said that for years. Everything is energy. And when I realized out that on Twin Flame Journey, that everything is energy, I realized you can never get into union without shifting your inner state. Your nervous system, the energy inside of what you're radiating. And that's why when you work on your inner state, your outer world will show it to you immediately. It's a mirror. It's everything is a mirror. And when you are in this, the masculine and feminine integrate, the signs of a union is that the relationships shifts or fall away without any drama. And that's been a big question that people often ask me who are married, for example, and they have met their twin flame and they feel that their marriage is no longer there. And they ask me, should I leave my marriage? I'm not here to tell you what to do or what not to do. But another thing I realized within my journey itself was that if something is not over, if something is not finished and it is in your alignment, it will stay there. And if something is over and finished, it will disappear without any drama. It will dissolve beautifully. So, and the same thing is with our parents. I know that many of you are carrying, let's say, mother wound or father wound and everything, and I don't want to know about their mother, and they feel resentment. I'm going to tell you that another sign of union is all of a sudden when your mother or the father changes and you see, wow, because of somehow that I changed my inner world with forgiveness, with love, with compassion, they started to feel the same and they were able to step into that. And another very big sign of this is you stop needing the people to complete you. And that is one of the foundation of Twin Flame. So, meaning of, if you are today saying, I will start living, I will feel happy, I will feel connected when I have my twin flame in my life, believe me, when you feel that inner union and you start living from that alignment, it doesn't even come to your mind that you need someone to feel it. Now, don't get me wrong here. It's a very beautiful thing to share things together. I'm never going to say that you can't have a relationship with another person, that you can't be in love with your twin and experience the life. Absolutely you can. But it's not from the place of, oh, I need that person to feel fulfilled. And it's the same with everybody else, with your friends, with your colleagues. Let's say, I need that job to start. No, you start it right now because you feel like. You start following your heart because you feel like. Not that you wait for someone or something to show up. It's you. And it's a very big sign. So many people can all of a sudden feel on Twin Flame Journey that, oh my God, I don't want my twin to come back. I don't need that. And then they're confused because all of a sudden this inner world they feel fulfilled. And I have said this previously as well. When you're living from the heart, when you're living from your magnetism, when you're living from your union, you're the most magnetic person on earth. So to tell me that your twin will not return and doesn't want you in that time is nonsense. It's an absolute nonsense. Because if you are a magnet, everybody wants a magnet. Everybody wants that. What is this thing? What is this beauty of yours? Now, don't get me wrong again here, that if you're not there and you feel, oh my God, I must be doing something so wrong. I don't understand anything. I'm so confused. Believe me, I was there too. So you're not doing anything wrong. You're just awakening into a person. But before you are going to have the highest timeline, the alignment within you, the old needs to burn away. And that's what we also are going to see in our 3D. We see this right now happening in the world. The old is collapsing. Everything is coming out. I once asked about, I can't remember exactly, but I asked our robot, I said, why we had not thought about Kundalini before? Why the world doesn't know about it? And what happens if the world is going to awaken with all of the Kundalini energy? And it says that before that, if the world is going to awaken with Kundalini energy, it's going to be a big collapse. A lot of fire and a lot of drama and a lot of burning away. Because it destroys the illusion of being separate. And now think of this, what I've been telling to you right now, that when you are getting activated with this amazing energy, it's going to also burn away the way you were thinking, the way you were seeing the world. So it's like right in front of your eyes, everything collapses. And then you're still trying to hold on to that because it feels familiar. It feels familiar your nervous system. It feels familiar for your memory. But luckily or unluckily, Kundalini is very intelligent here. So it knows that, you can't fool me. I'm going to break it apart. I'm going to take away. So again, your inner world will show you the external world. So I would invite you today to think about it. What is happening externally in your world right now that you do not want to happen? You do not want to be in it, but it's there. Just pay attention for that for a moment, because when you pay attention to it, you can alchemize it. And so another thing is that you start to, like, we talk about the quantum physics and coherence, and that's a lot is out there, of course, and we need to balance our nervous system, and that's why I have always said that when I realized out after the first retreat that with talking we just get more and more separation. My opinion, your opinion. I see it this way, I see it that way. That's why I always say that opinions are not very, they're just opinions. They're through someone else's lens. But your heart knows much better. And then talking of the retreats, actually. Yeah, here we are. Italy and Cyprus retreats for 2026 were just announced. Italy will be in a way of we can accommodate up to 20 people this time, which is the biggest amount of people we can have. But the program for Italy is, if you haven't felt romance for a very long time in your heart, if you haven't felt the love and you feel that you want to step into that feminine flow where love, romance, like you are in a movie, like you watched a Hollywood movie or something, then Italy retreat is something for you. The program, what we have put together, boat tour against in Amalfi Coast. The place where we have is in a very ancient 18th century castle, or like the house. We are 5 minutes from the beach. The view is incredible. The things that, of course, Italian food, all of this is going to be there. And within Italy, when I was organizing this, I was looking for many places. And there was this place where we're doing this keeps on coming up to me. And I can't get it wrong. Even though it is a very expensive place, I couldn't. I was like, yes, I could have, let's say, a cheaper places, but this place was speaking to me. And I don't know why we have to be there, but I know that today when I started recording the episode, we were halfway gone. So 12 people have signed up, 8 people can come more. Like I said, if you have been missing, and there is a payment plan, so everything is available, and same for Cyprus. Now you have 8 months to pay ahead, which means you can pay quite a little step by step until it comes, which means you have a 1 full week in Cyprus in a beautiful location. And Cyprus retreat difference is that we go very, very deep. These are the deepest meditations, deepest way of going into your nervous system. It's kind of a little bit like a school, maybe like school and retreat at the same time. So if you are really interested of finding your inner potential, your passion, your purpose, your way of connecting to the divine, to the field, receiving information, then this is for you, because that will be in a, like, how do I say, workshop retreat, discovering your full passion. So if you want to come to twinflameawakeningjourney.com, I cannot wait to meet you. These retreats in my heart are always forever. And now we are, of course, meeting another team on Shivaratri in Bali. And I'll talk about the Shivaratri. I talk about these energies on the next episode. So the next very big sign of this journey, when you are very close to the union, is exactly where I talk about that your emotional regulation synchronizes with your electromagnetic field. Meaning the heart is sending more information to the brain than the reverse. And this is so important. Because when you make decisions from the heart, the brain is not questioning. And now it comes here what you have heard many times in many places. You just know without anxiety. You know what your journey is going to be. You don't question it. You don't need to explain that to anybody. You just know. You know that your twin is going to return. You know that the love is there. You know that there is something deeper. Like there is no question. Even if I would tell you right now, no, that cannot happen. Inside of you, you feel, I just know. I know. I don't know how I know, but I know. That means that your heart is sending more information to the brain and it doesn't come back. So the heart-brain coherence is so important because the heart is more powerful than your brain, your mind. That's why Twin Flame Journey cannot be solved with the mind. I can repeat that over and over and over again, but this journey will not be solved with the mind. Blocking, erasing, removing, deleting, not answering, not doing, saying this and that, hiding yourself from None of this. It's a great for the beginning, but that's from the mind. The real work happens energetically. So again, I'm coming down to the nervous system. So you start to shift from sympathetic survival to parasympathetic trust. And the vagus nerve activates safety and creativity. Often a very big sign of you becoming to a union is that your body feels like home. You feel alive, you smile, you connect, you are happy, you see people through the love and compassion. You don't let yourself to be dragged into drama, into gossip, into judgment. You just feel like everything allowing you, and you feel free. Like you remember like a child, you were dancing or jumping around and you were just you. You could dance in front of every person right now and you feel nothing can stop me because I'm alive. And manifestation becomes effortless, not forced. You all of a sudden start receiving things out of nowhere. People will give you free things. People will give you free compliments. Children, animals, everything starts to come to you like they feel drawn to you. You think of something, all of a sudden a person comes to your life and says, "Oh, do you know I have this?" And when you see that the small manifestations are happening, you know that you are in alignment. And this is another very funny thing, that if every little thing is starting to align with you, you don't question anymore, are you in a separation or are you in a union? You just know that I am just flowing. Everything simply makes so much sense in my life. And you just flow. But what also happened in a way of energy and overall? During this time. So now I'm also going to say something that might be a really controversial, that how is that a union sign? But that's a union sign as well. So, meaning, number one, you are dissociated of your identity. Meaning you're getting closer to the union. You no longer know who you are. You're confused. You don't understand, why am I feeling this way? I used to believe this. I used to love that. Everything used to make sense to me. And now nothing makes sense to me. It's like this emptiness feeling, and at the same time you see things through that you have never seen it before. Another very big sign of a union and alignment is chaos, a void, dark night of the soul. If you are experiencing chaos, the dark night of the soul, void, pain, extreme shakiness, let me remind you that this is a sign you are aligning who you're supposed to. You're starting to go into the higher frequency. Now, this is when we go to the higher frequency, is also very scary. Why? Because our body has to hold the frequency. Our body has to hold the energy. And sometimes we cannot. So that's why it's a step-by-step process. It's not something that happens overnight. So you are might be experiencing such a things that your ear are ringing, headaches, pressure on your eyes, your heart palpitations, pain in your lower back, your legs might be paining like hell, teeth problems. All of these things can come, and there can be more of the things. Of course, I always recommend you to go and have a yearly checkup with your doctor. But when you are in an awakening system, so much in your body will start to fall apart because of these parts are not able to hold the frequency you have just received. So now It's shut down in order to have this new energy inside of you. And then you embody the unity. Your embodiment of unity comes in it. So in the Kundalini language, we say Shakti rises from the spine, makes a chaos. Everything you believed, everything that was there. Shiva, the awareness starts to stabilize. Okay, I need to bring you to the grounding. I need to bring you back here. And then you feel the presence of Shiva and Shakti, the union, embodied presence, the power of now. You have nowhere else to be than right now, right here. And the sign of a union for this is you stop chasing the healing. Your presence is the healing. This is such an important part. Because even on the spiritual world, right now I see that we're looking for a next high. We're looking for a next high. I need to. And we don't integrate. We are looking for something to give me more, which means even if you're listening to me right now, what do you hear when I say, I need another activation. I need another ayahuasca. I need another this, I need that. So you are chasing for something. So you are not living from the present moment. I am not perfect here. But one of the things I have learned is to connect to energy as a part of my life. I don't do anything because of the outcome. I'll do it because it's to connect with my soul, with my essence. Another day I was in my Pilates class and there was quite a hard exercise which I was not used to. And then I was just thinking, but what a blessing. I get to move my body. Even if it's a hard one, I get to move my body. And then we were only two of us. And there was another lady who is 83 years old. So just for everyone who is feeling that they don't know how to be present, they don't know how to enjoy their bodies hurting. I had an 83 years old woman there doing exactly the same exercises as me, and I'm in my 30s. And then she said, all of a sudden saying, to me and to the trainer as well, your body believes what your mind is telling you. So you say you're weak. You say you are in a separation, you are in a separation. You say, I don't believe in twin flames, you're not on this journey. Everything you tell to your body will start believing it because of the nervous system is a connection. So when you let your mind to tell you, I am ugly, I am this, I am that, I can't, the union will never happen, this is going to happen. You are the creator of your reality and your inner world is there. That's why the union is not a mind game. The union is not something that is like we can say I am now in a union, in that sense that if you feel fear, if you have said things that are not in the union, like say for example my divine masculine, I am divine feminine, I am this, you are in a separation. And that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Been there, done that. I know all of it. But that's why my podcast is here to learn from my mistakes. Learn from it. Just don't be as stupid as me. And I'll just quickly go through a few things that just are very, very simple things for you to remind you how the universe shows you that you are in a union. The time will collapse. Things happen too fast or right on time. Waiting energy dissolves. Meaning of you no longer wait for something to happen. It's happening instantaneously. You think about it, boom, here it is. They happen right on time, meaning of you have a trust that when you arrive somewhere, when you're going to be somewhere, it's going to be there. Just to bring in an example, because my assistant always laughs about me. Another day I found one person's ID card. And I thought, okay, how can I reach? Do I try to look at this person's social media? Couldn't find him anywhere. And I thought, well, it's a bit of a shame that he has lost his ID card, because I don't know if he can return back to his country because he needs a document. And then I was thinking, all right, I said to my assistant, listen, you take this to the police station, and we were on a lunch together and we went for a walk afterwards. So then maybe they can find him. And while we go for a walk, police right in a random place walks towards me, and my assistant just laughs at me and says, even the police comes to you. And yes, I was able to give the ID card on that time, on that spot. So just to say, things will happen right on time. You do not have to worry when and how. If you worry about the when and how, you are trying to control the outcome. And that is the problem of the union when I talk about it, that the union might have already happened, but in a very different way than your mind imagined. And now you feel, well, it actually never happened because it didn't happen the way my mind wanted. But meanwhile, you can have an amazing opportunities or amazing situations happening around you that you maybe solved the years of your family, like the pain. You maybe opened up some opportunity in this world that is so much needed, but you're holding yourself back. So like I said, the time will collapse. The effort decreases and impact increases, which I talked about before as well. You start to do less and you receive a lot more. Your eyes becomes magnetic. Your eye now is, in your eyes, like the yes and no becomes magnetic. Like everything is there, and you do less and you receive more. I told you this example before where I could, if someone would have told me before, hey, step away and let it happen, I would have looked at them and said, are you freaking crazy? Attachment will fall away very gently. No drama, no clinging. You don't get into that. Your truth is just becoming so obvious. And that's what I told about, that when I see this polarization on twin flame communities, that this is right and this is wrong and you don't know and I know and all of that, I'm like, that's far away from the union. But that's part of the process as well. So no judgment over here, but that was never about the twin flames. And I am very happy that I have met the most beautiful souls. Thank you. Thank you for being here. The other thing is that your reality confirms instead of challenges. Your synchronicities replace obstacles. Supports appears without asking. So if you have something you need, it comes. All of the synchronicities guide you where you have to go. Everything is there. And desire changes quality. Meaning of, you start to want truth and freedom, not outcomes, not how it has to be, but you want to live from your truth. You want to live from your freedom. You want to live from your heart. And any outcome with that doesn't matter. You want to be right now, right here. And the deepest sign, the one that we often miss, is this: nothing needs to be proven anymore. Nothing. And I remember when my shaman told me this, when I was explaining all about my journey. And he said to me, but why do you need to explain it? And I didn't get it at that time, but now I do. I don't have to explain or prove am I or am I not. It lives with me. It's in me. So you don't wait for signs, you don't ask, am I aligned? You search for confirmation, because life is now showing to you, yes, you are there. So yeah, I don't know. I wish you, all of you, a lot of alignment. And remember one thing, that union is not the moment, it's a state. It's not something that is only one time. And when you no longer need the union to happen, that's when the union becomes possible. That's when you're living it already and you don't even question about why. But if it's not, that's okay too, because that shows you are heading towards it. So you are not missing out anything. Well, thank you for listening today. I hope it was helping you to realize that you are actually on the way of union, whichever state you are in it. Just maybe don't make these stupid mistakes that I used to make. Or make them and feel what I felt. That makes us closer for each other. Well, just kidding over here. Like I said, the Italy and Cyprus retreat of 2026 are out there. There's a very special one at the end of the year, but that will be open for everybody. A lot of people are asking me why they can't join my retreats. And every time I roll my eyes and go, I think that one is not for you. But at the end of the year will be a big one, which I will announce later in the stage. But right now, Italy and Cyprus are out there. I made them ahead that everybody who might have a difficulties with financially, but they really would like to join, that they can really break it apart into smaller amounts to pay. And that helps them to experience something within themselves, the union, the love, the connection, and maybe find your soul family, your soul friends. I see from every retreat people have come so close to one another, and I think that's also a one beautiful part of this journey. I am so blessed. So anyhow, twinflameawakeningjourney.com if you wish to sign up. Like I said, we are halfway right now since yesterday, so step by step, come and join if it feels calling for you. What was the other thing? Oh yes, there is a union meditation out on Patreon. You can do that and see what happens to you over this couple of days when you do this every day until Mahashivaratri, which is on 15th of February. And yeah, if you wish to have a course with me, you feel that I am ready to experience, I want to let go of my nervous system, the fear, the pain, the confusion, I don't know why is it coming up, then, or you want to talk about it, you want to see where am I at, why am I feeling this way, then of course I am available. Just keep in mind from the March, I'm back in March, so you can book ahead and voila. That's what it is for here today. I had a good time with you. I hope you too. And I send you lots of love and lots of union energy that your system will embody right now, right here. Lots of love.